Hello, welcome to Should I Buy This Game featuring Windmill Valley. My name is Christine, and in this video I'll give you an overview of how the game is played and then share a few things I may like or dislike about the game to help you decide if you want to add Windmill Valley to your collection. Here we have the game Windmill Valley. And to start off, we're going to look at this section here because this is the first thing you're going to do. You have to decide if you're going to pump up the water. It would cost you 1 coin, but you would gain a point, and you would move this up. And then this determines how your windmill is going to move. Now, if you've pumped it up, then we come down here and we move it along there as well. And this just makes the water flow. So down here is our windmill. And the interesting thing is everybody's windmill is set up a little differently when their bonuses are going to come up. The red has to start here because this signifies the year. So even though the way it is right now, we would move 2 spots and it would be 1, 2. However, just so we learn what everything is, we're just going to go back here to move the 1 spot. Now you have the option of doing one of the 2 choices here. Right now, this one is just the exact same, and all that's doing is getting you some coins or money based on where this is sitting. So we're going to focus on this side. And this first one gets us an enhancement tile, and that's a tile that's going to be added into our windmill. Now there are these brown ones which are free, and they give you bonuses such as you can go to the market you can do the market 3 times for 2 coins, and you can plant 3 times. So these would be good to add right over top of the ones that are already in your windmill. Currently, we could do the market 2 times for 2 coins. So you could put this one over top and get a third option, and currently we can plant twice. This one, though, is good because it has a plus, and that means you can do this one as well as another one. This one cost us 1 coin, and it would get us another enhancement tile. And for 2 coins, we could get this one, which would give us another windmill effect and 3 coins. So I'm going to take this one as if I paid a coin. I'll show you later how the money works. But because of the plus, I can put it in this side. So when this comes around, I'll be able to do 2 actions. So if we move it again, we're here. So this one is visiting the ship. And what we would do here is there's this tile. So we would take a flower off our flower board, which I'll be showing you, and you can put it in any of the remaining areas. The flower has to be a different color that's already there, and you can either get 3 points and do a planting action. You can get 2 flowers and 3 points, or another enhancement tile and 2 flowers. So you put it wherever you want, and then you take those actions. If we continue along, so now that one has come up, so I'd be able to get another enhancement tile to add into my windmill, and as well I get to add a windmill onto the board. So let's take a look at our player board here. This is where our windmills are housed, and they are beside areas with points. So for here, I would get 2 points for every red flower I planted. Currently, I've not planted any. This one gets me 1 per white. Down here, we have 3 points per purple flowers. Now, there are 5 colors, but 4 areas. And your goal is you want to have the same flower all the way across, because if all the colors are the same, you get 8 points. If they're all different and you complete the row, you would get 4 points. However, here, you actually lose points if they're all the same. So you want different colors in the rows. So when you're planting, you basically want to do 1 color all the way across and 4 different colors down. So we're on the windmill action. And so what we would do is maybe I would take this one because I have a yellow, and I'm going to place it on the board. Now I've already placed a few windmills to give you some idea. Now here and here, these are free areas and you have to put your first windmill on one of those areas on the board. From there, they can connect. So I went here. If I wanted, I could go here. I would pay 3 coins, but I'd be able to do all the actions that it is pointing at. So it's another way where you can gain a lot of different actions. Now, if we go back to our board, I'll just show you on this side is our coins. And each time you're spending or gaining, you're just moving this up or down, depending on how much you're spending and how much you're gaining. And that's where our money is. So if we go back over here and we do a spin, you know, I spun it, I think, the wrong way last time because we've already done the ship. And we're going to go here. We're going to do the card. You're spinning it this way. So I'm not sure what I did before. But so we're going to go here and we're going to get a card. Now you can see here that we already have some cards in play. And these give us some bonus actions. So my first one was every time I put out a windmill, I would get a coin and I would get a point. Here, every time I put out a windmill, I would get 2 points. And here, every time I do the ship activity, I would get to plant a flower. And since we're here, I'll show you to plant a flower. You take a flower from your resources and put it into your garden. And if it's over a bonus, you would get that bonus. So we're going to be getting another card. Now, the cards are also points at the end of the game. So this one, I get 2 points for every red flower. And here I get 2 points for every windmill I have on the board. So we come up here, and this is where our cards are. So we have to look. You're allowed a total of 6 cards, 3 for the top with the bonus, and 3 for the scores, points at the end of the game. So maybe I would take this card. Every time I plant, I would get 2 points and use that. I would take the card, and then I just put it here like this, showing that's what I'm going to use. And at the end of the game, you also score points for how many cards you have. So we go back to our windmill now. We are in the market area. And to do the market, you have to pay your 2 coins. And you come up here in the middle. So I get to go 2 movements. So this is my first movement. And what you're doing basically is you're either gathering flowers to add or you're planting. So I could either get yellow or purple flowers or I could plant white or red. How many you can do depends on how many people are here. So I didn't put out the second player token. So if the second player token was here, then I could do it 3 times. These brown ones are used in 2-player games just to give you another option. So right now I could get 2 flowers or plant 2 flowers. Then I would move my second turn and repeat it for whatever is shown here. So now we turn it again. We're back. This has come here, so I'd be able to get another tile enhancement, and I can plant twice, which just means coming over here and putting 2 flowers into my garden. So because I'd gone the wrong way, I'm just going to move it here. We have done a whole year. You see what all the actions are. So when you get to the end of the year, you come up here on the board and you move your tile over 1 year. It's played over 4 rounds, and the first person can get 3 coins and the second person can get 1 coin. Once you choose what you want, you can cross it off and continue moving around along the board. Down here too, we have an objective. The first person that has 2 rows with 6 flowers would put their token here to gain 10 points. The next person would get 6 points. Actually, it's probably 3. This is probably crossed off in a 2-player game. And you would refill the different areas as you would go and continue playing like that. But it just gives you a general idea of all the actions that you can do during the game. And just by showing what I've shown you, you can see there's a lot of areas where you can get bonus actions as well to move along in the game. Now there is a solo mode. It's used with these cards. It starts by telling you how you are moving this up or down. And then depending on where its windmill ends up would depend what you're doing. So if we were here, they want you to put a flower there. If they're collecting flowers, they want a white flower. If they're getting a card, they want this card. And if they're getting tiles, they want 2 tiles. Now, the solo mode works with a lot of points. However, as you can see, the board is big. And every time I had to do a point, I had to stand up to move the point thing along the board. And I got tired of standing up because when I play a game, I like to relax. So I stopped keeping track of the solo points, and I ended up just using the cards for removing cards or removing tiles or placing things, and not really caring about anything else with the solo mode, because I'm not looking to win or lose when I play solo. I'm just looking to play the game. So you can do it as it says, or as you could play it as I do, where I just use the cards to remove certain items or place objects that the other player would be placing if I was playing with a second player. Overall, I really enjoy playing Windmill Valley, and I really like this mechanism here where you can move it along. Now, I didn't mention too that there are these tokens, and if you use a token, it allows you, if it's saying you have to move it up 2, but you only want to move it 1, it allows you just to move it the once. Or if it was at 1 and you want it to go 2, it allows you to add. So you can add or subtract a movement based on your tokens. I also really like the player board here and making my garden and getting the flowers and planting the flowers. And I really like these double use cards where you can decide, are you getting the bonus or are you going to use it for end of game scoring? The only thing in the game that sort of bothers me is this whole water flow thing. I understand its use so you can move quicker or slower. But every time Gemma would move it up on her turn, on my turn, I would move it back down, because I like to take every single turn and get the benefits of all the different options that are given to me, and I didn't want to skip ahead and end the game too soonly, because one person could be on one year and the other person could still be behind. But as I said, overall, I really do like playing this game. It's very enjoyable. I look forward to playing it some more. And so let me know if you've played Windmill Valley and what you think of the game.